Hey people, so I figured today I'd do a video. I wasn't expecting to get a shipment until the end of this week, but my pile of loot from BBTS actually came in today, and I got a couple of things in. And I'd figure I'd do a sort of a review or an overview of the three things I got in. The first thing being this Galvatron, which I've been waiting for a while since it was announced. And I also got this Huffer, which I'll probably do a separate video on eventually. Really nice. And then I also did get the Kingdom Ultra Magnus, as you could see there. Pretty big box, but I'll probably do a separate review for that one, separate video rather. But the main thing again is this Galvatron, which looks really nice. I have him in tank mode. The box again, good job. Great job actually by Hasbro. Whoever's doing this, this artwork is really, really nice. Again, there he is in his action pose here and the cannon mode. Really nice box. I wish I could keep these again, but I really don't have room for many things nowadays. And you can see them there in toy mode and robot mode and tank mode. So, but again, good job. Whoever's putting these boxes together, these designs, they look really nice. You also get obviously your instructions and this card that I got, which says Predacon, which I'm kind of familiar with that character. And then this is Dynamus, which I'm not sure who that is, but I'm not too familiar with the Beast Wars characters. I guess I will get familiar with them once the new War for Cybertron Kingdom series comes out on Netflix. You also get these two things which you can use as guns, or you can also attach them. There's tabs here, you can put them here on the side, on both sides. These to me look a lot, or they're exactly the same shape or design as a ship that Unicron gave to Galvatron in the '86 movie, which is I think is a cool throwback. Again, really nice, and you can also tab them together so that you can have a gun that he can hold in his other hand because he needs more guns, right? And in tank mode, or I guess cannon mode rather, you can also, it comes with this matrix that comes on a chain which you can again, there you could see it. Sorry, it's not focusing. There you go. It's really nice. I wish they would have somehow perhaps made this clear plastic, but it's it's a nice little detail, and the chain's nice. You can wear it around here. I guess around the cannon part, there's a tab here. You can put it on, and then you could also put it on in robot mode. This mode itself, I guess, vehicle cannon mode. I like it. Obviously, it's reminiscent of the '86 animated movie. It's got some really nice details. The purple's nice and deep, which I like. And again, I think this is one of those futuristic, I guess, Transformer designs. I guess it's supposed to be some kind of cannon. And then obviously, if you have a Starscream there, you can, boom, shoot him, right? Like he did in the movie. The transformation itself, it's pretty intuitive. You do open up certain parts of the chest. The only thing I didn't like is obviously you can clearly tell these are his feet and his legs right here, but it's not anything that's too terrible. But again, it's a really nice, I guess, homage to the way he looked in that movie. I guess I know he was in Earthrise, but I don't think he transformed. I think he was only in robot mode. But again, really nice. I did at one point have the old toy of Galvatron, the one I guess that must have came out in the '80s, but my parents, I guess once I got to a certain age where I wasn't interested in toys anymore, they kind of just give them away. I wish they would have kept them. But I did have that toy. So this is like a updated design on that as well too. But again, really nice. I know the old one used to have some kind of light up feature, if I remember correctly. This one doesn't. But again, nice translucent plastic on the cannon. The purple's nice. He does have some, I guess, supposed to be some battle damage here. Kind of looks like scratched plastic, but again, nothing too bad. I think he does have some on the chest here, which again doesn't look too bad to me. I guess the other thing too is here on these tank threads, you can clearly see that's the hand right here. But you know, again, I'm just kind of nitpicking. But I think otherwise, it's a good callback to that design from that movie. It's really nice. And I kind of figure we'll probably do the same thing as my last video. We'll kind of just transform it into robot mode and kind of go from there. And usually the first things I do is I take off this cannon and then I take off this part up here. And this is part of his cannon that goes on his arm. And again, really nice piece. There's some extra coloring here. Some opaque color. But really nice. Next thing, I mean, I did follow the instructions when I was sort of fiddling with this, but this being the legs, I think the easier part to do is this. Then you kind of push the legs back. Then, let's try to figure this out. These things, you can pull them out. And then essentially, once you do that, let's see if I can get this going. I kind of just pull this up. You can pull this part back. And, oh, one thing. So these are his hip parts. You kind of just, you can swing them out of the way. And then once you do that, that kind of then allows you to swing these up. And then allows you to work on this part here. And then you kind of just open this. Once you open that, you can see the heads there. And essentially these legs, you kind of just rotate this way. You rotate these down just to give you more room so you could move this back. And then move these down just to give yourself more room. You can then essentially take this, swing it down, and as you're doing that, just don't do what I did. Don't catch it there. Get that in place, get this in place, and then you can close that. Then you can probably do the back right here. Trying to get this, you gotta push this in, and then this part right here, right there. You're kind of done with the body right there at that point. These things here, there's a tab here, and you kind of just push that in, push this down. Those can stay up there for now. Same thing here. You kind of push that in, although this side for me was a little hard to get in there. So I kind of have to push that in a little harder than the other side. And then as you can see, he's coming together. The hip skirts, I guess, you can push these down and then you can essentially separate these. And there's tabs there for the legs. You take these parts. So like that. Yep. You can leave them like that, if I remember correctly. And then you can do that. And there's a tab there. Yep, we tab it into there. Same thing here. You kind of just have to tap this. And he's got these things for his legs. And that's the legs, essentially. And then the arms. And you kind of just pull the tank threads back. Then you can untab. There's a tab here for here. Kind of move this, pull the hand out, and then you can do that. Same thing here, move the tank threads, push this out from the tab. You can push a hand out and push this out. Now, I think the one thing with mine, as I've been reading online, there's apparently, I guess, what they call a running change for this guy. I guess I must have gotten an earlier version of this, where the shoulders here sit a bit lower than I guess most people would like them to. I think it still looks nice this way. You know, like I don't see any issues with it being like this. I think it still looks really nice. So I know what some folks have been doing, and I guess that's if, you know, you can, you know, depending on how you like it, you can essentially turn this way, turn it so that this circle here, the screw, I guess, and then once you do that, you can turn it back down and turn the arm around, and just so that you could see the difference. Now it sits higher than it does on this side. Some people prefer this way. I will agree he looks a little better this way. He makes him look a little, I guess, bigger and more imposing. This doesn't look bad by any means. I guess now the only problem is that if you don't like this exposed screw or metal part showing, I guess you kind of just have to live with that. I believe that there is a more recent batch that may have this whole issue fixed, where you know, the proper part will be facing this way, and then it'll be just as high as here. But what I do for mine, which doesn't bother me, is what I just did, is I kind of just turn it and then just have the screw facing out. I don't mind it, and it kind of, I guess, fixes that issue of perhaps the shoulders being slightly lower. And I mean, this thing already, to me, this looks badass. I like this, just like that. I don't mind the screw showing on the arms. And he clean ups really well, you know. I mean, yeah, he has a little backpack. This part here should go like that. But it's nothing too bad, actually. And then, you know, obviously we need to have his cannon. You can put it here if you like. I believe per the box and the instructions, it should be here, which again is your preference once you get your own. But there is Galvatron, and I will say I think the wait was worth it. I think when I first saw this thing, some initial images, I wasn't too crazy. I was like, oh, he looked kind of short and stubby. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but just for Galvatron, that look kind of didn't suit him. But you know, in hand, I think this looks really, really nice. It looks very imposing, which fits the character. He's got a good size, and he does, I think from his body here, you could see he's got some, I guess, battle damage on the chest, some on the arms. I don't mind it so much. I think you can sometimes take these things out with a razor, with an eraser, not a razor, eraser. Don't take a razor to your toy. But I don't mind it. I'm just going to leave it. But again, I think just looking at this right here, like, is again very, very nice looking figure, very imposing. He certainly got the size. Again, the back cleans up really well, and I think it's very faithful to, you know, at least what I recall seeing when I was much younger, showing my age. You know, he's got the regular, I think his head doesn't move that much, but you can move it around, and the arms, you know, up and down. The elbows, shoulders, hip skirts move. Obviously, you got this. You can turn his legs, etc. I won't go through all that. I mean, you guys kind of know. Usually, most of the toys nowadays tend to have pretty decent articulation. Yeah, but yeah, this is just awesome, awesome. And he's got a good size. What you can do with this, like I said, is you can put it in his hand, and then he's got another gun. Or I think what I've seen too is on the back of the box and in instructions too, there is a way to stick these things in the back so that they're sticking out. But I for me specifically, I didn't see that in the screen, so I kind of don't stick to that. These will probably go in a box away somewhere, and he can wear this too. So you can put it on his head, and now he's got his chain. And again, really nice, very imposing looking. That's his matrix, even though he can't really use it. Yeah, but this thing's like a really nice figure. Like I said, I had the really old one, I guess from back in the 80s, and it was a really nice toy. I mean, granted, I know it's a toy from the 1980s versus a toy from now, so you can't really compare the two. But yeah, this, I think, if you're looking for a Galvatron for your collection, then this is the one. It again, just can't say enough good things. I think Hasbro and Takara have done a great job for the most part with these figures, and I think this is just um, another notch in their belt. I really like this. Um, so I'd figure next we could probably do just a quick comparison. I do have this is Siege Megatron, and Galvatron's a little taller. Yeah, it looks like by a couple of inches. Sorry, not inches, centimeters, millimeters, I guess. Which is nice. And this is the one. This Megatron's like got the animation color supposed to anyway. That's what these things on the chest and the colors are. This is the only Megatron I have from this series. I was gonna get the Earthrise version, but it's so close to it. But anyway, but again, I think it's a nice look having these two. Again, so let's take him away, and then we'll do Optimus, which again, Optimus has always seemed to me like such a bigger than life character. So when I paired him up with Galvatron here, I was like, wow, Galvatron is bigger. But I prefer that. I prefer my bad guys to be bigger than the good guys, I think, in this case. And he's like, hey, that's mine. But again, here's a good comparison of that. This is the Earthrise Optimus Prime. And I do have a bunch of Optimus. I think a lot of people have Transformers probably have 6 or more of these Optimus Primes in just different versions. But I like this toy. It's really nice. And then the next thing I'd figured, last comparison, or sorry, just put it together with that. Cyclonus. And again, I like this toy a lot. When I saw this, I'm like, wow, they really did a good job with this one. The transformation and the ship mode and just the way he looks. And again, he just pairs up so well with Galvatron here. Just so you guys could see that. Really nice. He is slightly shorter. Again, this guy's probably the same size as Optimus. But again, that's the way it should be. You guys can see it there. We'll put him here. We'll put him here for now. And then next I have Scourge. So here's Scourge, and again, size-wise, you could see it here, he's way smaller, which again, I think that's the way it should be. And again, you see him there just for size comparison. And it's interesting, all these colors, like the purple, blue, the lighter purple. they really complement each other. I don't know if that, when they were designing these toys or figures way back when, that was a thought, but at least in my eyes, you would think purple and the blue and the lighter purple don't won't look that good together, but at least to my eyes, I think the colors complement each other very well. Um, but there's Scourge, and then what I did end up doing, because again, being a pretty big fan of the 1986 Transformers movie, um, I got two more of these. Now I know, supposedly the rumors say they're going to release an actual sweeps, I guess, that you can use for army building. But in the movie, these guys all look the same. So I bought two more, and I put them on these flight stands. So let's see how we can work this out. Here we go. This is one, and then three. Put this guy here. It's getting kind of crowded. Maybe I'll move this back a little. There we go. So, and then, we'll pull Galvatron back here. I know he's the main subject of this video, but just to show you guys. So my plan is to sort of showcase these together with Unicron. I did get the, what is a HasLab Unicron, so I do have that out. So I'll probably try to display these out with them. But, as you can see here, they all go really well together. I'll probably wait and see what that new sweep, I guess, is gonna look like before I get one, because I think I already have the two that I need for my collection. But again, this toy, this is the main thing here, and we'll move these back. We'll move these guys back to give us more room. Put them back here, and then this guy back here. Yeah, but this guy, I would say thumbs up. Really nice toy. Has good presence. It's a nice chunky toy, but again, it's got good proportions. Doesn't look short or stubby or anything. And the issue with the the shoulders here, it can be easily fixed without you taking anything apart. If you just rotate it, I guess the only thing you'd have to put up with is these having these things here. I don't mind. I know some people may. Like I said, I ordered these from BBTS, so it's not like I had a chance to go to a store and see, hey, these have been fixed or anything. But I think it's easily fixable, and to be honest, I don't mind that that this is showing. I know with the third-party accessories, perhaps somebody could come up with some kind of plugs, purple plugs that you could put in here for those of us that have this earlier version. But yeah, I mean, I think overall, very faithful, really nice toy, and I would say definitely get this if you're into Transformers and the whole lore and toys, etc. Again, he complements all these guys really well. Like I said, I've been waiting for a while for this one, and I think these are coming along together pretty well. So I'll give this one, 2 thumbs up. Really well done. Like I said, I'll probably do another video for the other two that I got, Huffer and Ultra Magnus. But until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of your day.